What's up, y'all? This is gonna be a general reading for the collective. This is a timeless reading, so whoever you are, whenever you find this, there are messages here meant for you to receive. This is a general message, a general reading, so take what resonates. But if you found this today, you were meant to find it. Angels, spirits, guides, source, we ask you to come through with clear and divine messages for the collective that will lead them on their highest path in accordance to their own soul's will. I'm going to start with getting a general energy to guide the reading. Two of Pentacles in reverse, Seven of Wands in reverse, Ace of Cups, and on the bottom of the deck we have the Strength card, which is a Leo card, which right now we are in Leo season. It's definitely a lot about the heart right off top because, well, I'll get into our reverse cards, but upright we have Ace of Cups in the first row, and on the bottom of the deck we have Strength. So that tells me that the individuals that receive this reading right now and are connecting to this have really, really deep hearts. There's an overflowing of emotions here in the heart space, but it's like, as deep as your emotions go, know that you have the strength to hold that. Like, Source would not have dealt you this intensity of emotions if you didn't have the strength to back it up or to hold that space. And so the people I am speaking to right now that have received this reading, you're like a really unique depth of human. A lot of humans, people that I've come across in my lifetime, it's something like you can tell the people where they're built different, and I feel like I'm one of them, where it's just like we feel things to a different capacity, to a different degree, like emotionally. I don't think all humans are programmed the same way. Like, of course we all have emotions, we all have, our heart center, but I think it's a multitude of reasons. Like, some people, like, chemically, intrinsically, they're just they're leading from different places, and also they're choosing to maybe lead from different places. It's like a combination of things, but there's certain beings on this planet that it really is this Ace of Cups energy. It's like the cup is overflowing to a point where it's almost painful. It's almost too much. But then, like, the Strength card comes on the bottom of the deck to be like, no, like, you got this. Like, you were dealt this range of emotion because you were able to hold it. It wouldn't deal you what you weren't able to hold. That just feels like a really important message for whoever clicked on this video. So we also have Two of Pentacles here in reverse, as well as Seven of Wands in reverse. This tells me that in the past, with the Seven of Wands in reverse, you have felt very guarded, and that also, it makes a lot of sense with the energies that are showing upright. Like, people who are so empathetic, who do feel so deep, who are so, you have to have a certain level of sensitivity to feel this deep, and so it leaves these people in very vulnerable situations, in very vulnerable spaces, and they can get hurt, and there can be a lot of really overwhelming pain, and it causes people to build these walls. This is someone who has their guard up. It's showing up in the reverse because it feels like it's like a message of you're stepping into an era where you're not gonna need to have your, like, you don't need your guard up so hard, so deep. And it's like it was of honor to yourself to have that at that time, and you built those walls out of a sense of, like, you had to protect yourself. You had to protect your emotions and your vulnerable spaces. And, like, that's all valid. That's all, it needed to be like that. But you're entering a space where circumstances are changing, and not only that, but you are not the same person that you were when you had to build these walls. That's what I'm getting. It's like you still have this deep level of sensitivity about you. You still feel things to this capacity, but you've learned a lot in how to navigate it and how to be guided by it, but also not always letting it take the full driver's seat. Like, you've become a lot more aware, and this wanted to come out. You've become a lot more aware and discerning about how you guide from these really deep sensitive spaces about you. And so you're coming into a time where you're not going to need these walls so high. With Two of Pentacles in reverse, perhaps in the recent past, you have come to a sort of crossroads where you were feeling like you needed to make some sort of concrete decision in terms of a life path. And depending on who's watching, like, you may have like navigated this in different ways, but it feels like whatever remnants of this choice that you had, the more that you can continue the path of lightness and joy around it. And it's almost a message of, like, not taking it so serious and allowing the path to unfold itself, not forcing a decision at this time until it's, like, abundantly clear to you. So I feel like this is coming up because it's like you can reflect on how you navigated this when it came up in the recent past, and maybe there's still ways that you can soften into a joy around it, into a lightness around it, into a, like, we have a gesture on the card. It's kind of like a playful interaction with this situation. It's like, if it's already a done deal, it's a space for reflection for you. And if there's still more to do with this situation, lean into the lightness, lean into the playfulness. Don't be so serious about it. What jumped out of the deck was Ten of Cups and Four of Swords in reverse. This to me tells me that in the past, the recent past, you've been in this Four of Swords energy, this space of deep reflection, contemplation, spiritual solitude. And it seems like that era is kind of coming to a close. And we have Ten of Cups here, which is, it's overall wish fulfillment. It's joy, it's love, it's community. It's all 10 cups are full. It's a family if you want it. It's divine love if you want it. It's also, like, abundance in general, like success. It's really like wish fulfillment in everything. It's the most prosperous, most high life you can imagine for yourself, unlocked. I want to know more about this. Seems like an energy that's approaching after a space of, like, really just being with yourself and being in deep reflection and kind of like a lot of stillness and being like, yo, like, when are my dreams gonna come? But, like, you had to surrender to this space of just you, just focus on you. It wasn't really a space of action at all. It wasn't really even a space of receiving in the physical realm. It was very like internal. And Ten of Cups tells me you're stepping into an era where you're going to be like actively receiving everything you've been dreaming, all your highest hopes, wishes, and dreams. The Hanged Man, King of Cups in reverse, and bottom of the deck. Eight of Swords, Five of Swords. So yeah, this Ten of Cups feels like it's present, it's upright, but it's like not exactly quite here yet, because we followed it with the Hanged Man. It's like you're still somewhat in this transitional phase where it's like you're in a space of surrender, you're in a space of patience, and seeing things from different perspectives. It's like you had to go through this solitudinal time of reflection and receiving, like, energetically, spiritually, like, you know, you were receiving, but not in the physical realm. And you're still in this kind of limbo where you're integrating all of these, like, these realizations, these epiphanies, these energetic downloads. Like, it was like a lot was coming into you, and now you're in this space of, like, patience with letting it integrate into the body. And it's opening up these new perspectives for you, but you're still kind of in this, like, it's like my man's just hanging upside down. It's like the blood is rushing to his head. Like, it's not comfortable, but it's like where he's at, where he needs to be. Two of Swords. We have King of Cups here in the reverse. It's like, it's, to me, it's seeming like speaking to this time where, like, you're a person that's built different. You got these overwhelming emotions, and you've been forced into these spaces in the past where you had to put your guard up and you had to protect yourself. And it kind of put you in a space where it was tough to relearn how to be vulnerable and how to share and express yourself in a way where you felt safe and like you could, and like to really feel out, like, where is it safe for me to share, like where, like what energies are ready to receive this. And you're still kind of in this process of, like, you've learned so much, like I said, but you're still kind of in this process of integrating that and feeling that out. I think it's coming up that, like, there is a call for a lot of acknowledgement in the spaces that you come to. Like, recognize the situations in the recent past where it was like you felt that internal compass that said, like, hold up, like, I know in the past you may have overshared here, but like you felt that resistance and you listened to it. And then also in the spaces where it was like you wanted to share something and something kept you from it, but it wasn't, it's like it's gone both ways. It's like it kept you from it, and maybe it would have actually been healing, and it would have been a higher choice for you to have shared in that moment, but you were coming from this guarded place of the brain. It wasn't an intuitive feeling, it was like a fear, a doubt. If that makes sense, like, you're really learning to differentiate those different compasses and which ones are guiding you in the way that's truly best for you. But you've come so far in it, and so it's like really recognize where you made the decision that actually ended up feeling right, like, and say, like, acknowledge for yourself, like, I wouldn't have been able to do that in the past. And the more you can find awareness around these experiences, these situations, reflections around it, where it felt good, where it ended up being like, oh, maybe that wasn't the situation that was calling for that, the more you can, like, kind of, yeah, like, reflect on these things and feel them out, the more you're integrating, the more you're learning. You're learning where you can be vulnerable. 8 of Swords, 5 of Swords, and 2 of Swords. It's a lot going on in the brain right here. You're still experiencing, like, be aware of where the brain is limiting you and where it's like, it's difficult. Like, I have such a specific thing I'm trying to explain, but it's like I don't know exactly how to put it into words. It's like there's a difference between, let's say you're in a situation and there's something you want to say, and there could be a compass in you that says, don't say that. Think about in the past where you said something like that and you got hurt, so it was the wrong decision. So now, like, you shouldn't do it. And that, to me, feels more like brain energy, like trying to protect you from further trauma. Okay? Or, let's say you're in that situation, there's something you want to say, but something in you, feelingly, is like, the energy here isn't holding that space, isn't matching that frequency. It would be misfit here. It would not serve you here. You feel me on the difference? One is like, from the brain, it's like a little overprotective, defensive. It's fear-based. It's like, you know? And the other is like a genuine guidance that's like based on the actual present energy. It doesn't mean that like sharing is better than not sharing or vice versa. It's really feeling out the energy of the present moment and feeling like what is called for here. So there's a lot coming up around that sort of differentiation and those weighing things. But it looks like you're making a lot of progress in this. I'm gonna draw a couple oracle cards to conclude the reading. Let's do one of the Starseed Oracle. Weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. This is really speaking to me in terms of especially this 7 of Wands energy, like this this re-evaluation of where your energetic boundaries are, where the traumas of the past, the deep emotions, where it's okay to let it go. It's like, it's so beautiful that we are able to feel this deep and experience this deep, but it is real energy. It is taking space. It is holding weight. And so it's really important for us as people that experience so much of this, we receive so much of this, we feel so much of this, to figure out where our boundaries need to be in order for us to be able to clear ourselves and keep moving forward. Like, use the energy and the feelings and the emotions and the depth of it all, the weight of it all, to give you information and to allow you to feel it. But it has to be a process of also letting it go, moving through it. I think that's really important. I think that's so important. It's not yours to carry. It's beautiful that you can feel it and that you can experience it and receive it, but it's not yours to carry. You feel me? I'm going to conclude with a Priestess of Light Oracle. Honestly, I'm really still learning how to do this. This was a really good card to conclude this reading. Like, it's such a good point. Are you kidding me? Setting boundaries. Threshold protection, honor. Boundaries is in both of these. It's like, it's so crucial to people that experience this depth. We need to have boundaries with it. We need to clarify for ourselves what that is. Maybe you could go and journal about this, go into meditation about this, really get as specific as you can for yourself based off of situations you've found yourself in the past and situations you're delving into currently. Like, where are my boundaries? What is like some of the, not like warning signs, but like the things you felt energetically that kind of in the past were like telling you like, yo, like you need to take your time evaluating this right now before you just share where you don't like necessarily want to, or you know, on both ends. It's like really clarifying for yourself where those are. Where is it of honor to yourself? Where is it protecting yourself? Where is your threshold with all of this? Beautiful. Please like, share, subscribe if this resonated with you. And I'm going to start posting a lot more. So comment below if you have a specific zodiac sign you want me to channel or a specific type of reading you want me to do. I'm also open for personal readings for $33. You can comment below, or my email is in the description. You can email me. I also offer long distance Reiki, so don't hesitate to reach out about that if you're interested. And bless you. Namaste. The divine in me bows to the divine in you.